What does peak van life look like? Looks a lot like this. Hey guys, I'm at the Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona, and this is like a pile of candy to people that like van life, overlanding, and going off-grid. A lot of you guys know me from my Gyro Nation travel channel, but behind the scenes of all of those videos, I've been building a custom-made Ford Transit 350 HD 2020 into a podcasting mobile platform for travel and just an overall beast. And in that process, I've learned a hell of a lot of stuff. And I've also been introduced to a hell of a lot of different components and businesses that revolve around overlanding and van life in particular. I realized that if I just posted this on my main channel, it probably wouldn't get directed to the community for van life. So I created this channel as an opportunity to focus that content on van life and bring in the audience that is specifically interested in this sort of topic. So here we are at the Van Life channel. The Overland Expo is sort of like the Comic-Con of overlanding. You've got everything from DIY tent campers to like 6x6 monster trucks with espresso machines inside. So if you're looking to see like what's new or what's up and coming, this is the right place to be. If you guys have seen the back of my van, you've seen the trike hanging off the back. If you've seen the trike hanging off the back, you have seen the VanUP rack. The VanUP rack is pretty cool. It's designed for bicycles, but we took an HD and we sliced two of them in half. And we used the two halves to do the front wheels, and then we used another one to use to support the back tire. Man, it worked really, really well. We just had to hack through the middle. I was talking to them about like if they wanted to like maybe mention or be involved in the tour at all, and they're like, well, once you cut it in half, it's sort of a mod that we can't exactly endorse, but I certainly can mention it. So if you have a trike and you want to mount it in a really clean way on the back of a van or a truck or whatever, the VanUP rack works. You just got to make a couple of little adjustments. This is a clean interior. So this is a Sprinter, but look at the interior. I went with a dark interior, but these light interiors, oh man, they're nice too. I don't know what the light does. It definitely feels a little bit more open. Very cool. These guys make radios. I do like the newer Ford Transits with the powered mirrors and the heated mirrors. It looks like they rhino lined the hood too, which is pretty cool. I've been to shows all over the world, you know, trade fairs and expos and things like this. This one's special because all of the vehicles are their own booth, basically. So they just pull them up here and then put them on display, and then you can just sort of walk through and around, and there's always going to be something to see, something interesting to kind of like inquire about, you know. Some of the shows are so rigid that you're walking down aisle after aisle after aisle. In this case, you're just basically seeing the meat and potatoes of everything, you know. Like, it's all right there to take a look at. One of the keys to walking a show like this is trying to make sure that you hit every single one, because all these vehicles are sort of laid out the way that they are. Sometimes you can like weave through, and you might weave yourself away from something that you really want to see, because there's so much cool stuff. It's a little overwhelming in a good way. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, been a little while. This is Chris and Michelle. If you're interested, I'll leave links below. You can check out the install video, or at least the visit video of visiting their facility in Phoenix. Really, really cool shop. If you get this guy talking, you better be ready to hear some tales. What's new with Cruise and Comfort since we last talked?
Somebody wrote me up, a commercial company wrote me into doing rooftops, making our own rooftops.
Yeah. Which was sort of like what you were saying you didn't have to do, right?
Right.
You know?
I didn't want to do that. Where everybody left off, you know, the other stuff's imported, it's plastic.
Yeah.
And then this customer wanted heavy USA content and metal. So aluminum, powder coated, this one's all stainless steel for patrol boats.
Okay.
Offshore patrol boats.
Yeah.
Or the Overland guy that wants a stainless, shiny,
beast.
Cybertruck looking thing on the roof.
What is this?
So this was a company, actually he's right over here, Adrenaline. He builds these really cool
I know
trucks.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Yeah, so Casey owns Adrenaline. And so Casey came by and he was telling me, he goes, man, if I could have the compressor underneath and the electronics separate, that'd be so cool. Count me in for some.
Right.
So
Is this basically the same as my setup, just cut into some parts? I would have probably wanted something like this because it would have broken it up within. I would have been able to allocate space a little bit, a little bit nicer.
Cooling fans and everything. Just
Very cool. See a need, fill a need, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Casey
super
built
cool.
some cool stuff.
So this is the inside of the Cruise and Comfort demo vehicle, and you've got like a lot of things running in here. What do you got?
Max. I've got ice blocks, my HD, I've got my Ultra over there.
It's cool.
So
like literally and figuratively, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Watch your head, Zach.
This is my son Zachary. He's 6'4".
6'3".
What is this? Is this a Sprinter or a Ford Transit?
It's a ProMaster.
See, you need the Ford Transit so that your son can get in this van
I
nice
know,
and easy.
I know.
So these are all your different controllers too. So you've got the new like Android powered controller.
They're all Wi-Fi, so that one's got their own apps. This one runs on like TUI.
I mean, all the doors are open, and it is cool as a cucumber in here.
Yeah, it's probably got 30,000 BTUs, 40,000 BTUs in here. Yeah, 40,000 BTUs.
It's interesting, especially with that Cruise and Comfort company. They're really focused on being made in America almost 100%. So they have a real advantage right now with that whole trade situation because they're in large part all made in America. So they have a little bit of an advantage in this current climate. You know what I mean? Now my wheels are Method rims, 901s, but the tires are BF Goodrich all-terrain 85R16s. And although they do take away from the gas mileage, they do improve the visual aspects of the van, and it makes it look like a toy car I used to play with as a kid. Very cool. They're pretty big though. They're so big that they're almost maximizing the amount of size that I can have on my van, and they're so big that the computer inside the van cannot be calibrated to adjust the mileage according to these wheels. I tried to hack into the computer so I could raise that value, and it just wouldn't go, it wouldn't go high enough for me to have proper mileage. So I just have to mentally increase the mileage and all of those metrics in my brain in order to make it work. Okay, so we're at the booth for HP tuners. You know that problem I've always had because my wheels are too big, that my computer inside the Ford won't be able to adjust the proper parameters to get my speed out correctly, and then that trickles into a whole bunch of metrics, and it's, in some ways, I can sell the van with less miles on it because it's just not rated correctly. But HP Tuners says that they have the tool that can actually dial that in correctly, correctly, not incorrectly.
So the wheel and tire wizard that's in the software is absolutely capable of correcting for different wheel and tire sizes, gear change, any of that, as well as full diagnostics, reading code, full changes of pretty much anything that you wanted to, whether you wanted to change shift parameters or air fuel, timing, you name it. We can do it.
Yeah, we can do it. They can do it here. So cool. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. My last one of my wallets. There.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.
Take it easy.
What's your name?
Matt.
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you.
I'll send you guys an email as well.
Right on.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye. So I talked to the rep at Dometic. I actually have a Dometic refrigerator and a Dometic power awning. Really happy with them. The awning I've had a couple of issues with, but my fault. It turns out that Dometic is acquiring Zamp, which was a solar panel company that I got my solar panels from. They make some of the sexiest solar panels you've ever seen. And I toured their facility in Bend, Oregon, so that's kind of exciting. So instead of Dometic being my point person for refrigerator and awning, it's my point person for refrigerator, awning, and solar panels, which is pretty cool. Dometic specializes a lot in like refrigeration, like refrigerators, coolers, this sort of thing. But they also do roof-mounted air conditioning units. I went with the Cruise and Comfort because I wanted a clear roof deck so I could have some more space up there, but it's pretty good. Got a 48-volt system. It's cool. This is a company you might be familiar with, Agile Offroad. They did my suspension upgrade, and they used a combination of lift kit, Fox shocks, and Bilstein struts. It's called a Ride Improvement Package, RIP. And after you get that on your vehicle, it really does improve the ride. It's a very good apt name for that. John runs the show over here, so I'll introduce myself to him and say hi. They do air compressors too, like you can rig up an air compressor from your engine that can juice up your tires if you want. This was something I really was sort of interested in, but Ride Improvement Package was step one. Hey John, how's it going, man? Long time no see. You know, when you installed my rip kit, you didn't put any leaf springs on it because the van was empty at the time.
Yeah.
It's not empty anymore. And they basically went convex or concave, one or the other.
Yeah.
I had a local guy put a single leaf on, but I was at the campsite and the guy was like, no, you need more than that.
Yeah.
How's everything going?
Everything's going good.
Do you have the same shop or do you have a new shop?
No, same shop. I can't remember if you're in the whole building. We have the whole building now. Yeah, we probably need more room. We put in some containers in the back to carry more inventory.
I am sure you need more room because I've been coming to this booth like 4 times and you have been so busy talking to people. I'm like, I can't interrupt him. He's making deals. I can't interrupt him. He's making deals.
I enjoy the show. This is like,
this is your opportunity to
But I like the business, but I also like the people. That's for sure.
Totally. Well, if you want to upgrade your rig, Agile has a lot of options for you. What is this? What's new?
Ineos Grenadier. This is our new passion, my new passion project.
Okay.
Right. So European design. They're made designed in England. I'm going to ship it up as I go, but they're manufactured in France, in Hamburg, France, out of a old ex-Mercedes plant. So, there's a little bit of Mercedes history there. Okay. The only thing that was common with the Mercedes Sprinter was the lug pattern. Everything else is brand new.
Okay.
But we're doing power systems for these. We're doing onboard air systems for them.
Wow.
We're doing a lot of, if you look inside, it looks like a fighter cockpit. And we're doing radio mounts for them, but check out the switches up top. So there's a lot of those are factory, but then we're doing some of them too. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's really neat.
Really neat. Yeah. So you're redeveloping this whole vehicle, huh?
No, we're not redeveloping. We're just kind of enhancing some of the stuff. So we've done a complete suspension system on it. We're actually building ring and pinions for them.
Okay.
So we're doing, because people are putting larger tires on and they're losing a lot of torque. So we're addressing those issues. We've added some horsepower to them. We've done a really fantastic power system. We'll probably have a new air filter for it as well. Here's the power system in here.
Oh, okay. I got the same batteries, I think.
Yeah. So we got the Victron. It's got a 200 amp hour lithium system in it, which is double the capacity if you have the dual batteries from Ineos.
Okay.
Then we've got a Switch Pro, so we make the Switch Pro mount for up top.
Yeah, that switch.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. Yeah.
And then it also has the Victron, the Victron touchscreen up there.
How many people have this vehicle that you can work on? How big is the market?
In the U.S. right now, there's probably I'd say maybe in the U.S. there's probably between 600 and 7,500. Not even 2 years here in the U.S.
Okay.
But it's the amazing that the way that they built this. There's not many companies out there that are building a gasoline or petrol powered, because they offer a diesel version but not in the US.
Okay.
But this is a gas powered vehicle made in the last 10 years.
Okay.
Everything's electric, right, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So pretty gutsy. It's got a BMW motor in it, so it's got but it's other than that it's like a clean slate. It's really capable off-road.
Awesome.
We just came back from Mexico. I did a 2-week trip down there with my good friends, and we did the Mexican 1000 in it. So we did in the safari class.
Nice.
It just crushed it down there.
Cool.
It did really well.
Very cool. Well, thanks for showing me. Luno is a cool company. I met them at the show 3 years ago. They make custom inflatable mattresses that fit within your vehicles, whether you got a van, they can fill in the cockpit, or they can fill in like the back hatchback of your vehicle and make the hatchback like a nice, comfortable, like sleeping area. This is one of my favorite clothing brands. Cool. Not cheap though. Gotta love cool. I think I have this jacket. Are you selling the apparel at the show?
No, just
showing off
a little bit. Yeah, we've got a retail little piece outdoors, like right down the road here.
Okay.
They're awesome. They've been supporting us for like 30 years. They
Awesome.
carry a big chunk of our
Yeah, you don't want to undercut them.
I know.
You don't want to undercut them. I've been wearing cool since Everest, even before. Like I lived in China for 20 years, and it was like I found a way to get some cool merch, and I was just like, the fit, the style, everything on it is like the best. This has to be the coolest bottle of water I've ever seen. I don't think I'm ever going to throw this thing away. This is staying in the van because it's very cool. This is STAPLL.
So it's a no-drill assembly, guaranteed to fit your truck. You just bolt our thread plate on, and it allows you to mount accessories outside the bed, below the rail.
Okay.
Hard cases, gas cans, recovery boards. We've unlocked the fender. One of a kind. We just released this year. We started shipping a month ago.
Would any of these adapt for a van?
You don't use the brace.
Yeah.
And you can bolt our thread plate to your roof rack.
Okay, okay. So we got some nice new ratchet straps for the back of the van. See a need, fill a need. Take it easy, guys. One of the difficult things about traveling is staying clean. Now, I'm in the van, I have my own shower in there, but tent showers are also really important if you're going off grid or you're in the wilderness and you want to stay comfortable. There's nothing better after a day of hiking or getting dirty than coming back to your camp or wherever your van might be parked and feeling clean after a nice shower.
So our shower is a lithium-ion battery that will run the pump. You get 2 hours approximately of fully charged battery, and is a propane heat. And so with our 1 pound propane bottle we got on the unit, you get about 4 hours of heat running off of that. Power button, instantaneous, water starts flowing. Give about 10, 15 seconds, the burner will kick on, and we'll start heating that water up. We're drawing right now from about 85-degree water source. So we're gonna turn it up to about 113 here. About 10 seconds on there, you feel that water temperature increasing right away.
Wow.
So the unit itself weighs 16 pounds. Throw another pound on for the bag right there.
Okay.
And our system does heat about 50 degrees above your ambient draw.
Okay.
So if you got a 40-degree stream that you're drawing out of, will heat all the way up to 90. If you want to get hotter than that, into that 108, 110-degree shower range, recommend just having like a 5-gallon jerry can, circulate that water in there. And our unit will heat all the way up to about 122, 124, and that's our cutoff just for safety purposes. It comes with a little cigarette lighter DC charger, so if you do want to plug it into your Jeep, you got a 4Runner or a Subaru, plug it in the back, charge it up. It takes about 4 hours to charge up on that DC. We have an AC charger separately, and it'll cut that charging time in half down to about 2 hours. Yep, we offer 2 different tents. We have our deluxe and our single version. The deluxe is about 9 pounds, correction on that. It's 9 pounds dry weight on that, and it's easy to move around, single person, takes 2 minutes to set up.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course.
Super cool.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Look who I ran into.
Look at that. Long time no see.
Yeah, yeah. What was that? Was Arrington, right?
When we did the walk around, that
Yeah.
was Arrington.
Yeah, that
years
was
ago.
Years ago. Finally finished. Now I'm on the road, and you've been on the road consistently since then.
My 5 years now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. If you're interested in taking a look at his rig, I'll leave a link in the description. But some new toys and some new things.
Well, I'll call old things.
Yeah,
This is my
some new
original
old things.
Truck that I drove across Africa. It's been 24 years since it's been on a trip.
What did you have to do to get it working in like top peak performance?
If you're at Expo and wandering around,
Yeah, we'll go check it out.
we're doing it now.
Oh, you're doing it right now?
Oh yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, cool. I'll go take a look. Wow, that is like that got that really classic styling in the front end. That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
We met in Arlington
Arrington. Yeah.
Years ago.
years ago. Yep. And then I watched all your videos,
Oh, really?
the Everest ones.
Okay.
I got hooked on it.
Yeah, after the show, they're going to take all these old rigs out for a pretty intense road trip. I'll try to find the links for it and share it in the description. But yeah, the Drive the Globe guy is pretty cool. He's got an awesome backstory. I'll link to his video. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to upload all my Vanlife content onto the Vanlife channel so that it can have its home here. That's super cool. After the show is over and I leave, I'll be headed back on the road for the Van and Trike Tour, visiting all sorts of cool cycling spots on my main channel, which is Jayo. And then on this channel, I'll be focusing on Vanlife events. We'll be hitting the Redmond, Oregon event, and we will also be hitting the Arrington, Virginia event. I'll also start picking apart the van and sharing with you all the different components that I have in there. I was thinking about making videos of the van during the build process, and I thought it'd probably be better if I installed all the components, rode with them for a while, and then after the fact shared to you guys what I thought of them, you know? Because a lot of times you spend all this time installing something, making mistakes, and you find out that you might have installed the wrong thing, and it takes some time to figure out if it's right. And whatever is in the van right now is quite right for me. Look forward to me sharing with you all the different components and the experiences I've had installing them and enjoying them. One of the other cool things about the show is it's not just for looking, it's for like riding in a lot of cases. Motorcycles, bikes, e-powered machines. They have a whole area that you can kind of check a bike out and go for a ride, which is the ultimate form of shopping, right? Once you get to ride some of the newest stuff, you know exactly what you want. What do they call this?
Bowlus.
Bowlus. The Bowlus. Very, very cool.
That's the name of the company.
Yeah. Where are they made out of?
Oxnard, California.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, they're beautiful.
Ultra lightweight.
Are you the designer or the owner or?
Engineering.
Engineering. You engineered it based on, I think there's a lot of like yacht stylings inside.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's more airplane than anything.
Okay.
It's what you get is an extremely lightweight trailer. This one is 2,800 pounds. This one weighs 3,200 pounds.
Whoa.
So you can pull them with a whole range of vehicles. You don't need your traditional pickup truck to pull a Bowlus.
Okay.
You can pull it with Jeeps, Broncos, electric cars. A lot of electric car owners, the Rivians particularly lately.
Yeah.
They like the idea of the electric car, and then with a Bowlus you get about 75% of the range.
It's beautiful. Did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They have a pretty extensive food tent too, so if you're hungry, you can find something to eat. They got all sorts of different foods to choose from and drinks and, you know, any sort of thing to whet your appetite or fill your belly. One of the biggest brands that have made an impact on the van build, for me personally, has been Victron. I mean, everything from the inverter to the DC to DC chargers to, you know, power management and the Servo GX system and, you know, a million other things. That's a video for another day, to be honest. It's cool to touch base. You know, I've been building the van for so long that the people that I originally dealt with in order to kind of like work with them and to understand how to build the van, there's a lot of them aren't there. So they've gone on to different things, but Simon, who I talked with long ago, he's not there anymore. So touch base with the new people, get some new contact and make sure that they know I'm still around, which is cool. Awnings are flying everywhere. It's pretty windy today. Behind me is a booth for Rec Van, but Rec Van also owns VanUP, and if you've seen my van, you know that the back of my van has a unique racking system on the back called the Razor Rack. And I actually went to their facility in Mesa. I'll link to that video as well. I'll post it on the channel because it was amazing that they created a completely original, unique way to store my trike on the back of that van using, you know, all three wheels. It's worked out way better than I originally thought it might, and I was a little nervous when I first installed it because it's a lot of weight and it's a lot of weird shape hanging off the back door of my van, but man, oh man, it's great. I'm sitting at the expo space for Quigley 4x4. Yeah, so Quigley can change your two-wheel drive vehicle into a four-wheel drive vehicle. And they do this through a series of processes. They're really good at it too. As a matter of fact, I was just at the booth and some old man walked up and he's like, "Did you get the conversion?" I says, "No." He's like, "I got it on my 2004 such and such." And he's like, "It's been the best thing ever." They don't really do it for Ford Transits of my year yet, but there's a buzz that they might. And so when they do, maybe go get a 4x4 conversion at their facility in Pennsylvania. One of the coolest things about shows like this is meeting people that you're parked up next to at the camping area.
Hi, Bob.
Bob and I went through a roller coaster yesterday of mechanical problems. I got a couple of issues with the van, but as soon as I told him that I had some problems, pretty soon nice people from far and wide came by and we were trying to figure it out. And he's a little nervous about me driving all the way to Utah, but I think he has convinced me that I need to sort of pin that one down before I make too many long desert voyages.
I think you do, or you're gonna get
You get stuck out in the middle of that desert, ain't nobody coming to get you.
Bob's a good guy. Yeah, yesterday I have this weird chirp in my engine compartment.
Go ahead, it's recording.
One of the friends of Bob came by and he was trying to diagnose it, and it just got worse. We were all like scratching our heads with it, but the fun part is that all of us are involved in basically the same community, and all of our problem solving efforts at least got the van started again. You know, everybody here is out of the box thinkers, you know, because we've all kind of like been building these things, which is pretty cool. I mean, honestly, if you have a van or a rig of almost every shape and size, you take some notes before you come to the show, and you can probably get answers to many of the problems that you might be having. That's a cool Transit. That thing is a monster. He's got those VanUP racks on the back too. Cool. That was funny. So I just talked to those guys, and the owner of that van has had some issues with his VanUP rack. He loves it, but some people were trying to steal his bike at one time, and that VanUP rack combined with the kryptonite lock made that thievery attempt impossible. So drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what was the coolest thing that you saw at the Overland Expo, either in my video or in other people's videos. Or let me know what you would like to put in your dream build. You know, what sort of Overland Expo-esque rig would you put together if you had unlimited budget? Anyways, this is Matt from the Vanlife. See you out there.